Hey, this is Roger West, and I'm just doing research. I'm researching a novel I'm working on. And I was just reading an old, really quite an old book, a CIA, written by a former Congo CIA station chief, written in 1960, about 1960, about a time in the Congo when chaos and lawlessness had completely overtaken the country. And this is right when he arrives on the scene. And literally, he is just a guy hoping he can survive to get to the station. Okay, and he runs into. It's a time when there's just raping and pillaging and plundering and murder all over the place. The Belgians have basically destroyed the country, and chaos has erupted. And now he arrives on the scene, and he has this incident before. This is literally he's just arrived, and he's pulled over at a stop on the road, a roadblock, and he's told, get out of the car. And there's these armed soldiers, but they're not really serving anybody but themselves. It's literally the country has become totally lawless, and anything can happen. And he's told, get out of the car. And then the soldier tells him, come over here and kiss my foot. And he refuses to do it. And then there's these soldiers standing around watching him. They all have AK-47s. And the soldier tells him, ever played Russian roulette? And no, he has. So the soldier comes over and puts a gun to his head. And he says, get down and kiss my foot. And Devlin, the CIA chief, he says, Merde! He won't do it. He says, Merde! And the guy goes, kiss my foot! And he says, Merde! And so the soldier goes, click! He has a gun. He has an AK-47 right to his hands. He's ready to blow his brains, for 20 feet in that direction. But it goes click, and nothing happens. And then he says, kiss my foot! And Devlin goes, Merde! And he goes, click, once again. And this happens, click. This happens 5 times. 5 times, click, 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 click. And then finally, the soldier goes, all right, this is your last chance. Kiss my foot right now. And he goes, Merde! And the soldier goes, click. And once again, there's nothing in the gun. The hammer clicked on an empty chamber. And Devlin believed he was going to die. He absolutely believed he was a dead man, especially on that 6th shot. He believed he was doomed, and he was expecting to have his whole life flash before him, because he had heard that, when people die, but he said that didn't happen to him. What happened was he absolutely could not believe this was happening to him. And at this point, after the 6th shot, all these Congolese soldiers standing around were laughing hysterically. You can imagine what entertainment they have in the streets of this lawless anarchy that's raging all around them. They're having a great time tormenting this new arrival in the country. But the thing that strikes me here is Devlin never, look, who's going to actually get down and kiss the foot? So of course Devlin's not going to actually do that. But nevertheless, when you don't do it, you're going to get your brains blown out right there. So you're going to have some adrenaline there. Here's another thing that happened. This was not, like I said, this is not just some random thing that happened. The country is in total chaos right now. And shortly later on, not very soon afterwards, something else happens, which is that he gets again stopped at a roadblock, and this time the soldiers, he had actually gone to this one. There were some people who were being held hostage, and he went over and traded cigarettes. Literally, he gave them cigarettes. It shows you life is cheap in anarchy. He traded some cigarettes as ransom to let these prisoners go, these Belgians. So they go free, but they take Devlin and put him up against a wall and for a firing squad. So it says here, they went through rudimentary firing squad, and my head was clear enough to realize I was looking down 6 barrels. This is again, he's in the exact same situation. He can't believe it. He's about to be shot, and something happened. I'm not going to tell you what happened. It's the book is by Larry Devlin, if you're interested. But he ended up not getting shot. But once again, he refused to back down. He refused to be humiliated. He refused to cower to these bullies, and he got through it once again through just being willing to die as opposed to cowering. So for these soldiers, it was just a game. They got a great laugh. They were trying to humiliate the foreigners, and it was a good laugh for them. It was just a big game for them. And another person who was enjoying a great game at this time was CIA Director of Central Intelligence, Alan Dulles. He said for him that intelligence operations were the greatest game, but for him it was a game with incalculable consequences. So the game, he's playing the rule. The whole globe is his game board, and the game is moving these chess people around, which are his people like Devlin, his station chiefs and various other players, and running various operations of psychological operations or action operations, whatever he's got going on. So, but it's just a big game, and he's known for working very hard and to play the game. So we need to also in our own lives play the game. Have the courage to play with courage, to not back down, to have fun. I mean, we have to play the game. Life is a game with great consequences, and so we can play the game, but play to win, not back down, and play with passion. And in a sense, we can be like Devlin, where Devlin was willing to die. And once he was willing to die, there was nothing more that they could really do to him. Possibly they could have tortured him, but if he's willing to endure anything, there's not much more they can do. And it turned out that he survived twice just by doing that. So we have to play the game with courage, whatever that means for us personally in our own circumstances, our own situations, is play the game. But don't play as a lukewarm player, but play the game to win and play with passion is what Devlin is telling us here in this book. So anyway, it's a great source. I'm having a great time with that. Thanks for watching. It's Roger Weston. God bless.